Hello world. I'm coming to you live from the kitchen and I'm here to make a quick, fun Wentworth related video. All right, so this little video, I'm not sure when this is gonna come out. I don't know if this is gonna come out before episode 4, after episode 4, but I'm doing it now and then I'll edit it when I've got time. So this is gonna be the video, scenes in Wentworth that I cannot watch, plus the one scene in Wentworth, okay, that I have never watched. I've seen everything there is to see in Wentworth, but except for this one scene. I've never seen it and I never will. I wrote my, they're not really notes. I was writing a letter to someone who is in prison, okay? And I made a mistake. I didn't like the way the letter Y came out in this one word here. So I crumpled the whole paper. You mustn't waste pages, all right? A fucking tree was slaughtered to make this piece of paper possible, and you're gonna just crumble it away because you didn't like the letter Y? You've got a lot of nerve, is what I told myself. So I straightened it out and I'm using it for the notes. So it's really just 2 scenes, okay, that were too much for me that I can't rewatch them, and then one scene that I've never seen. So it's the top 2 scenes in Wentworth that I cannot watch, plus the one scene that I've never watched. So boom, scene number 1 that I can't watch. I've only watched this scene literally one time, and it wasn't the whole scene, okay? It was bits and pieces of it, because I'm like this and I'm like, is it over? Oh God. Is it over? Oh God. And so it was just terrible. So this scene takes place in season 2, episode 2. And it's when the character, oh God, what was her name? Sun Yin or Sun Yin? I don't remember what the chick's name was, but the bitch gets brought into Wentworth and nobody can understand what she's saying because she's speaking a different language. So Kim comes in and translates. Turns out the bitch swallowed some gear. She had bags of gear inside of her. She was constipated. She couldn't shit them out. And so Frankie finds out about the gear. Frankie needs the gear. Long story short, Frankie tries. She gives her all, makes her drink all of this oil so that she could poop. She could not be constipated. She could poop the baggies out. That doesn't happen though, because this is Wentworth and things aren't gonna go smooth like that. Are you fucking kidding me? They end up exploding inside of her. These bags of gear do, okay? And she starts foaming at the mouth. It was disgusting, okay? When I saw the foam coming out of her mouth, like if somebody was just pouring whipped cream or shaving cream, a little bit more frothy, you know what I'm saying? Not as thick. But it's just coming out of her mouth, maximum velocity, falling. And when I saw it, I was like, ah, and I went like this, right? And then I'm just completely fucking horrified because, let me tell you something. If you know me, you know me. Even if you don't know me, which most of you don't, I'm going to tell you a fun fact about myself. I don't like blood from the mouth. If a person is dying, right, and they start bleeding through their mouth, or foaming at the mouth, or like when they overdose on the gear, they always just throw up. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. The puke I could deal with. I won't look, but I'm not going to be traumatized. The foam, I don't like it. I don't like it. It freaks me out. It traumatizes me. The blood from the mouth is even fucking worse. Like, my God, there's been scenes of shit that I've seen, like in movies, where people are dying and then the blood is coming out of their mouth that has left me traumatized for the rest of my life. China Girl. Yeah, ever seen the movie China Girl? There's a scene where the main dude's, his older brother, gets stabbed up. The guy crawls to the hallway up to the door of his mother, okay, and dies at the doorway, but not before. Blood, a lot of it just coming out of his mouth. This motherfucker was laying on his back and the blood is just, ow, it was too much. It was too much. I was too young when I saw that and I was forever changed, okay? So anyway, that scene right there, when the girl is foaming at the mouth before she dies due to the gear having exploded inside of her, okay? That was one of the scenes that I've watched only once, never seen the whole thing, so I didn't see how bad it got, but I'm sure, because this is Wentworth, we know how they like to do us, okay? The second scene that I just would rather not. You know what I'm saying? It's not disgusting. It's not gross. It's not bloody. It's not horrifying. It's none of those things. But what it is, it's so sad. You know what I'm and I fucking I can't. I just can't. Every single time I watch this scene, when I tell you, I start to cry. And I don't just start to cry. I start to cry, okay? Like, it's terrible. I don't know. Well, I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. But I know what it is, you know? So, it's season 5, episode 1. The very first moments of episode 1. So, as we all know, season 4 ends with the brutal stabbing death of our beloved B. Smith. All right? It's the aftermath of her death, okay? And it's like a musical montage of the mourners, okay? Everyone in mourning. We've got her burial happening, and we've got Vera, Will, Frankie. They're on the outside burying B. Smith. You know what I'm saying? We've got the women on the inside mourning the loss of their queen, okay? They're crying. Liz is crocheting things to put on B's memorial wall. They're leaving flowers. Everyone's a mess, okay? Ali Novak is in hospital, okay? And Frankie goes to tell her B. Smith is no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? While all of these images are being shown to us, they have this song playing in the background, okay? It's called Laura. I don't remember who sings it, but I will put all the information right here, maybe even a link in the description box, so you could hear the song, so you could cry too. And that song is the saddest fucking song. It's sad, okay? It's a sad, sad song. And it touches my soul every single time that I hear it. I can't hear that song without crying, okay? It pisses me off because it's a beautiful song and I would love to enjoy it, but I can't. Or maybe I enjoy it so much that no, I don't enjoy it. It's a sad song, okay? But those are the 2 scenes that I can't watch. Silly, but whatever. So, are you guys ready to hear what? Oh, no, wait, I didn't finish. So the other scene, the honorable mention scene, is the scene with Sheila in season 9, episode 2, where my precious baby love, Luke Kelly, is watching her die, okay? Just watching her die. Sheila's death scene. That was crazy. And based off of the sounds Sheila was making alone makes it so that I don't want to watch it again. But I would watch it because Luke Kelly is just so damn fine in this scene. And I love how she doesn't give 2 fucks in this scene and how she's just like, bitch, you could slither like a snake there for as long as it takes. Pero aquí me quedo velando. It was great. You know what I'm saying? And so now, this is the one scene that I have never watched. I've never watched this. I've heard about it. I watched interviews where they're talking about it, but I haven't seen it. I saw the aftermath, I saw what happened before, but like this one it's a moment. It's not even a scene. It's a moment in a scene that I've never seen. It is the scene, oh God, what season was it? Was it season 5? It's the scene where fucking Joan Ferguson, okay, where she cuts off Juicy Lucy's tongue and tells her, you've licked your last pussy. I love when she tells her that. Now the part that I'm talking about that I've never watched is, we all know what happens next. Joan cuts off her fucking tongue, como la loca, okay? And Juicy Lucy, some way, somehow, is able to stumble into the fucking yard where all of the women are congregated, along with the main officers, all right? Will Jackson, fucking Vera Bennett, who I believe at this point is governor, okay? Juicy Lucy comes into the yard and she's all bloody from the mouth and she's got blood all on her. And I'm like, you know, because in my life, when I tell you I don't like blood from the mouth, I mean it, okay? I'm not exaggerating. I mean this statement from the bottom of my heart. And so, and I pretty much have become, I got like spider senses when it comes to scenes that are gonna have blood from the mouth, okay? And so I could spot it seconds, sometimes minutes before it's gonna happen. And so I'm ready with my hands to cover my eyes because I don't want to see that shit, all right? I don't want to see it. And so when this scene happened, oh, I knew something was coming. I didn't know what, but I knew it was something. So Juicy Lucy is stumbling her way out into the yard, okay? ¿Y qué pasa? She looks at Vera Bennett. I believe it was Vera Bennett that this happens to, right? And when she looked at her, she did this movement that made me feel like she was about to throw up, right? And so I went like this, and I didn't see what happened. So when I re-emerged, okay, to look at the screen, that whole scene was over. So I can see the scene, because I even rewatched the scene when I found out that the women and Will Jackson, their reactions were their own natural reactions to seeing her with all of the special effects, seeing Juicy Lucy with all the special effects makeup for the first time. But when I tell you, till this, hasta el sol de hoy, okay? That means basically till this day. It doesn't really translate to till this day. It means more hasta el sol de hoy. It means until today's sun, okay? Which doesn't make sense when you translate it in English, which is why you have to just, come up with your own translation. So it means till this day, okay? I've yet to watch that piece of her, Juicy Lucy, spitting. Because I don't know what it was. I know that she spits out blood and chunks, like there's chunkage coming out of her mouth. My question is, because I can't watch it. It will be too much for me, and then it'll be replaying in my mind. My question is, what did she spit? What did Juicy Lucy spit onto Vera? Because I heard when the actress, oh God, I can't remember her name, but when the actress who played Juice was talking in a Wentworth Con meet and greet, she was saying that it was bloody and chunky, and I'm like, what the fuck was it? Where'd the chunks come from? Were those pieces of her tongue? Because when we saw the tongue in the gift box, when the freak sent it over to Vera as a birthday present, the tongue, it looked like a clean cut. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not perfectly clean cut, but it didn't look like there'd be chunkage left behind. So where'd this chunkage come from? So I'm assuming she threw up. I just don't know. But if she did, it was bloody and chunky, and I don't want to see that. So yeah, that was the one scene that I have never watched in Wentworth, nor do I plan on, because fuck all that, okay? And that was it, world. Let me know in the comments down below, do you guys have any fucking scenes that it's just too much for you to watch? When I first started watching Wentworth, okay, I'll tell you about one more scene. When I first started watching Wentworth, the scene where Meg Jackson dies, that was episode 1, the ending of episode 1. She dies, Will stumbles upon her lifeless, bloody body right there on the floor in the halls of Wentworth, all right? A bloody B. Smith standing not too far away, okay? He sees Meg, and he's like, oh God, Meg, please don't die. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens? What happens? Blood. Blood comes out of Meg Jackson's mouth. It comes out in a line like a stream of blood right down her mouth. And in that moment, I was like, bitch, do you even want to keep on watching the show? Because if they have blood out the mouth in the very first episode, God only knows what they're going to show in the rest of this shit. But when I tell you, the first episode was so good, and I immediately became involved with these characters. Like the moment I saw Frankie, I needed to know more, okay? I needed to know what happens to her. B. Smith too, Doreen, like all of them. Lizzie, I loved them all from jump. My blood from the mouth issues, phobias, I put that to the side, and I was willing to risk it all, okay, to continue watching Wentworth. So shout out to Wentworth, because blood from the mouth and all, okay, it didn't keep me away. I'm so glad I faced my fears, because if not, I would have been seriously missing out. All right, I can't. It's like 80 something degrees out this bitch. Wait, thank you for watching. If you like this video, like it. If you didn't, that's fine. You know, you're entitled to your own opinion. Just subscribe to my shit if that's what you want out of life. Click the notification bell, like ring the bell, turn on your post notifications, okay, so that you could be alerted when I make videos in the future. And that's it. This is it. We've come to the end of the video.